My name is Nora Bennett, and I learned very young that family doesn't always mean love. Sometimes it means survival. When my grandparents passed away last year, they left me everything. Their $10 million estate, the old vineyard, the house I grew up in, even the antique car my grandpa used to polish every Sunday. I was 24, fresh out of college, standing in the lawyer's office with shaking hands and a heart full of disbelief. The will had one simple note, written in my grandmother's handwriting: "Protect what we built." Nora, you know why? At first, I didn't, but I would painfully soon see. My parents walked out when I was 4. They left me with my grandparents and never looked back. No calls, no birthdays, not even a letter. They disappeared to chase their own lives. My dad gambling, my mom chasing money, my sister, Harper, becoming a reflection of them both. So when I inherited everything, I never expected to hear from them again. Until one morning, I did. The knock on my door was sharp, urgent. I opened it to find my mother, smiling like a snake. Behind her, my father and Harper, all dressed as if they'd come from a family reunion I wasn't invited to. "Sweetheart," my mother said, spreading her arms, "we've missed you." I stood frozen. My chest tightened. 20 years of silence, and suddenly, they missed me. "Can we come in?" Harper asked, her designer sunglasses sliding down her nose. "We just want to talk." They didn't. They wanted to calculate. For weeks, they visited, pretending to reconnect, asking questions about the estate, the vineyards, my plans. Harper even called me one night crying, saying, "You don't understand, Nora. We have debts. Dad's sick. Mom's trying her best. We just need a little help." But something about their timing felt too convenient. Then came the lawyer's call. My mother had contacted his office, claiming I was emotionally unstable and that the inheritance should be shared among family. That's when I remembered my grandmother's note. Protect what we built. I spent the next week researching irrevocable trusts, a way to legally lock the estate so no one could touch it. Not even me. It meant security. It meant control. It meant freedom. The day I signed the papers, I felt my grandparents' presence, like they were standing behind me, proud and silent. A week later, my parents showed up again. This time, angry. "You can't do this," my father shouted, pacing the living room. "It's family money." My mother snapped. "We're entitled to it." I looked her straight in the eyes. "Family." My voice trembled, but I didn't back down. "You left me with nothing, and now you want everything you didn't earn?" Harper rolled her eyes. "You're being dramatic." "No," I said quietly. "I'm being smart." When they realized they couldn't access the trust, they sued me, claiming undue influence, mental manipulation, every lie they could think of. But I had my grandparents' records, letters, witnesses, proof of who raised me, who loved me, who built this legacy with their bare hands. The courtroom felt like a battlefield. My mother avoided my eyes. Harper looked furious. But when the judge read the verdict, "Case dismissed," I felt something deep inside me break free. It wasn't joy. It wasn't revenge. It was peace. Because I'd protected them. Not just their money, but their name, their kindness, their values. Instead of spending the fortune, I created something new. The Bennett Foundation. Scholarships for children raised by relatives. Kids like me, who knew what abandonment felt like but refused to let it define them. When the first group of students received their letters, I sat alone in my grandparents' study, tears sliding down my cheeks. Not of sadness, but of fulfillment. My parents never came back after the lawsuit. Harper sent one bitter text. Hope it was worth it. It was. Every second. Because sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't about destroying others. It's about building something beautiful from what they tried to break. My grandparents gave me love when no one else did. Protecting their legacy wasn't just justice. It was my way of saying thank you. And as the sun set behind the vineyard that night, golden light spilling across the fields, I whispered softly to the air, I kept my promise.